Alright guys, so today we're going to go over what I everyday carry in my Tacoma. So E.D.C. day for the truck. So I'm going to go ahead and go over everything I have in the truck currently. It's all spread out on this table. So we'll go over everything and why I keep it in my truck. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off with the first thing I have, and I usually have it in my visor. I have a little molly panel. Just have a basic Gerber knife. Got it, I think, from Walmart of all places. So I have that above my driver's seat head visor at all times. And in my driver's side door, for airing down tires, I have a gauge I bought from a truck stop. I can go ahead and take the air pressure out if I need to. And then from there, and staying with air, I have two different compressors. I got this one down at Ross of all places. It has done me amazing. For $7, I got this thing, little Firestone cheapo cigarette lighter air compressor. It takes a while to work, but it works every single time. Has not let me down once. Surprisingly, I'm running 33s, 305s currently, and I'm going to 285s next. Then I have a Amazon air compressor that I bought. So I'm going to try something out. I'm going to go on the cheaper side to try something out. This is kind of a basic one. It's got a flashlight, air compressor, just with a little multi-tool on the end of it. Nothing too fancy. I am working on something currently to make this a little more feasible. But right now it has worked. It does warm up after the third tire, so I have to let it cool down, which I usually will go to my cheap air compressor, which does well. Moving on from there, kind of going back and forth here a little bit. There's no structure to this. In my back seat behind my passenger seat, I have an E-tool. This is not the one I had in the military. They unfortunately had kept it, but I got this one at Walmart. They're like $10. They work great. I do suggest that mine has bent, so do with what you will. $10 is $10, but it has done amazing for what I have. And keeping with the cheapness and Amazon products, I bought this little hatchet off of Amazon. It came with a little hammer, actually fairly sharp blade on it. Bought this more just for fun, and it's just nice to kind of keep something in the truck at all point times, because you never know what you're going to expect. And for both self-defense as well as camping, it's good to have. And then with a hammer on the backside, it really just nice and handy. Moving on from there, basic tire iron. I mean, this is one of those ones. This was another Ross find, actually. It comes through just your basic standard 11/16 and 3/4, just kind of basic standard, all that. So if you got keys for your rims, you can go ahead and apply it to what is needed. Along with mechanical stuff, I do keep a cheaper version of an OBD2 tool on board for just in case of any kind of emergencies. I like to just know what's going on in my truck if the computer doesn't tell me. I do have a newer truck, 3rd gen Tacoma. It tells me a lot, but nothing beats having an OBD2 on board. Also helps your friends out on the trail if they have an older model truck. I also bought, this is an old thing I had from when I had my side-by-side. I bought it on Black Friday for $10. It's a Hyper Tough Walmart brand, extremely basic toolkit. I kind of outfitted with a few tools myself, but I mean, this has the basic tools to kind of get you out of a pinch when it's needed. Nothing fancy, like I said, but it fits perfectly behind my seat in the rear passenger. So this is an amazing tool just to have on board. Next, we're going to go to radios. So I have a Midland 40-watt base station radio that's permanently mounted in my truck. Then I have two secondary GMRS radios. One is an older Cobra. It is a GMRS, and this one, it works amazing. And then I have a Baofeng GMRS radio as well with the weather channel. So I give those to either people that are helping me out on the trail, with it, or if they didn't have one or don't have one. It's just nice to keep communication between people, especially if you're outside your truck for any reason at all. Then I have my backup basic radio. The good thing about GMRS is that you have the first few frequencies, you have your basic walkie-talkie channels. So if we're in a pinch and my spotter doesn't have anything, or I just have so many guys that don't have, which happens regularly, a lot of these guys don't have GMRS radios or even handhelds of any sort. So I give out these three. They're typically always in my truck. I have them charged and ready after every single trip I take. They're on the back of my driver's seat. So it's really nice and handy. I can just grab and go, throw it to them. They're all rechargeable, besides the walkie-talkie, but that takes AAA batteries. Then we run to your basic necessities. I mean, jumper cables. Everyone should have one of these in their vehicle. It doesn't matter what you drive. Just basic necessities. I'm going to keep this underneath my seats. It's just good to have. I mean, you need to have something like that. Like, I also carry a jump box if I go on trips, but this is everyday carry stuff. From there, I do have a cup holder, charger. So this is an inverter. Well, just basic, I think 500 watt inverter. Nothing fancy about it. AutoZone. A few years back for road trip, it's got a plug outlet and 2 USBs. Again, nothing fancy, but this, again, it saved me in a few pinches when I need a physical plug in, when I don't have my solar generator battery. Moving on over here to the side table, I got this for my birthday. This is amazing for winching out and all that. And it's a whole lot safer than a lot of those other shackles out there. Really easy to work with. I suggest reading up on these, not just any basic Amazon one will do. You know the load ratings and for what your vehicle's gonna need. I do have this for in a pinch for small tugs. This is not rated for full-size pickups. It's good for cars, mid-size, and then side-by-sides. Moving on. So moving on, I have, actually, let's hold on to that. So I have an assortment of random fuses, small, big, and then just kind of a bunch of random little electrical doodads. Most people overlook these things. They don't really think about it. When you're on the trail, you don't want your vehicle to be limp or not move or turn over at all because of a simple 2-cent fuse. So, I mean, just buying an assortment, putting in some kind of container. I don't remember where I got this container. I just had it laying around. I believe it was actually for rechargeable batteries. It's highly recommended to get something like this, just to have in your truck. And zip ties. If you don't have duct tape, zip ties are your next best thing. These have saved me so many times, I don't even know. And they're so cheap. I mean, this is a 100 pack. I think I got like $3 or $4. I mean, just throw it in your truck, forget about it. When you need it, it'll be there. I also have 2 of these off Amazon, these little flashlights. What's nice about it is that you don't have to touch it. You can turn it on and off if you so choose. It's kind of nice. Turn on, off, or a battery. Different modes. I keep these in my truck just because you need a flashlight sometimes. And speaking of flashlights, this one I got rechargeable at Costco. This thing is extremely bright. It is just as good as a light bar. I think I paid $30 for it. I'm not sponsored by anybody, so this is just real world views. You can adjust everything on there, just different light patterns, what modes. I don't want to turn on because then my camera might freak out, but it's extremely well. Okay. And then lastly, what I have in my truck with me, I have 2 bags. This is my get home safe bag. So if I'm traffic jam, truck breaks down, middle of nowhere, whatever the case is. I bought this off Amazon. This is a little thing. I do carry 2 bottles of water inside of it, as well as another knife, a cell phone charger, an electric windproof lighter. I have a bunch of Tylenol, so I even labeled how to do it: extra strength Tylenol and ibuprofen. Tums, because you never know. This is allergy medicine, a miniature flashlight, the knife, everything we already talked about, and then charging cables. You can't have a battery pack without the small charger. So I've got two different battery cables in here. I have micro USB and USB-C. These are all good things to have in here. I also have a inline water filter. So with these you have the forever plastics, typically, especially if it's left in your vehicle. So you want to, even if they're sealed up, eventually with heat and cold, the plastics will kind of leak into the water. So it's always good to have an inline filter so you can drink from it. You can put it up to a hydrogen. It's just good to have. I mean, it comes with a bunch of different tools, so I can dip it in there, kind of use it like a straw. Comes with extra filters, which is really nice. I bought this off Amazon too. I think it was like $10. Get yourself a life straw, something similar to this. It's good to have, because if you run out of water, your water bottles, you get to a stream, you at least have some kind of water to get home. You always need water. It doesn't matter if it's cold outside or not. It's one of those things you really need to have. And then, let's see, on the last pouch I have, so it's more of that kit. The kit included a little miniature, of a water bottle. So it's extremely basic. It's, like I said, it's enough to get you home in a pinch. You need the bare necessities. I do suggest kind of making your own version of it for what your needs in your area is going to be like. So underneath that, I have been making a medical kit. In this, excuse me, let me put all this aside. Okay, so in this, I've got a lot of random stuff. So go ahead and open it up. This bag at Cabela's, they have in those little bins for like $5, $10. Grab it, huge, huge, huge. Okay, so I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, an EMT, nothing like that. I do have a little bit of medical training, but I'm no way, shape, or form going to tell you what to do and how to save a life. So bleed stop. This is the best thing you can get from Walmart. So myself, I have got shellfish allergies, and a lot of this stuff has iodine in it, and you really want to be careful of people with shellfish allergies. This bleed stop is amazing, amazing stuff. I really suggest you carry it regardless if you have allergies or not, because you might be saving the life of someone who does have allergies. Great stuff. I suggest that. I got some liquid Band-Aid to kind of clean out those wounds. I honestly need to restock this. It's been a while. I do recommend tourniquets. I'm gonna have a CPR mask. If you guys aren't CPR certified or haven't gone through the training at all, or just really kind of get to at least go ahead and YouTube it, at least kind of get some knowledge. I have some cutting shears for clothing, basic bandages, ace bandages, gut bandages. It's basically sterile bandages, which is really good to have. The thing, shears. This you can't really, you can find them on Amazon, but this is one of those things I got from the military. It is a daily bandage, or probably don't correct me on that. I have a finger splint, basic Band-Aids, alcohol prep pads. Since you're probably going to be out in the middle of nowhere, sterile is king. And I have more bandages, wraps, just kind of miscellaneous, all up in here. I have an assortment, again, it's all up to you. It's an assortment of pills and everything else. I do carry AA and AAA batteries, another knife. I have a few forms of fire starters. I've got flint systems, and then a lighter. Let's see here. On the opposite side here. Toilet paper. Keep clean. I'll tell you, it does everything. emergency blankets, and basically simple, it's just baby wipes essentially, but in a smaller package. Another knife, because you cannot have too many of those. And again, you know, these aren't like top of the line knives or anything like that. I just go down and get something that's sharp and works. And in here I have kind of medicine. I've got stuff that kind of, you know, seasonal allergy stuff, and Misc, eye drops, antacids, painkillers, and then active charcoal. Read up on this. It is really good if you come into small poisonings of any kind. Do your research. This is really essential to have. You know, you might not think about it. It's good. It's good for you and your pets. So that's what I have for my everyday carry. If you guys have any questions, please comment below, like, subscribe, and I will try to answer as much as I can. Thank you.